Sam, what is all this?
This is a collection that we just bought. There's a lot here. I'm a little overwhelmed, but you know, we're kind of still going through all the boxes. But if you want to check out just a little sweet sample, go to that Saturn stack. Just pan down there and just look at all of the titles here. You know, never mind that Panzer Dragoon Saga just casually in there. But, you know, that's just the Saturn stuff. We got the mintiest box 64 games. I don't know what's up with, you know, normally I feel like 64 games tend to be kind of trash when we get them in, and this is the second time in the past couple of months that we've just gotten a big lot of really minty 64 games. I don't know what's happening. You know, there's some GameCube stuff, some PlayStation stuff, you know, the usual. I say the usual, this is all really good stuff. You know, just some TurboGrafx games, a Bonk 3 CD, no biggie. You know, just some old games that we purchased for a lot of money.
I don't know what else to say.
I don't either. We're still going through these boxes, so shout out to Paul from Louisiana. He drove all the way here to sell us his games, and he's moving, so he needs his boxes back. So we're getting everything out of the boxes so he can come back and get them. But yeah, this is an amazing collection. All right, so it's the next day after getting in the massive trade. Now I'm gonna, you know, really kind of get into depth with this stuff. Let's see. I mean, gosh, it is just so much stuff. Also, Joe bribed this man to be able to actually keep his boxes, so we get to keep the boxes. We get to, you know, picture all this stuff and then put it back in the boxes, thank God. But let's see, you know, let's kind of go over some cool stuff in here. Rolling Thunder 3. That's what you all came to see. I mean, there's a Splatterhouse 2 in here. I think there was a card-only Splatterhouse 3. Yep, there she is. Gunstar Heroes, that's a good one. I mean, Rocket Knight Adventure is always exciting too. Zero Wing. Like, this guy had really good taste in games. And everything is super, super clean, which is great because, you know, if you're new here, we stay taking in some crusty stuff sometimes, but not this stuff. It is not crusty. We've got a big box Wii Sports Resort. Need to complete that. People are gonna kind of go nuts for that. We're gonna take a look through the Saturn stack again. I mean, you know, you got the obvious, your Lunacy and your D and your Panzer Dragoon Saga, which I put somewhere else. Where did I? Yeah, you know, good old Panzer. Oh, it's Championship Pro-Am that I had set aside. I assume this is RC Pro-Am. I've never actually seen this before, but it's really neat. It's probably not very expensive, but also in a nice minty box. Let's see, Saturn Bomberman, I think, is what I'm the most excited about in this because I just really want to play 10-player Bomberman, because you can do that in this, or I guess 8-player. I don't know. Night Warriors, you know, Darkstalkers. Let's see, what other cool stuff. This is also really cool. I like that it's in the, you know, pre-played video game in 64. I'm gonna leave this in here because I think it's neat. I love that. Like, I almost kind of want to keep it. I don't need a copy of Shadowgate 64, but I don't know. I live for stuff like this. Let's see. All these N64 boxes are, like, beautiful. Like, Paul, you really took really good care of all of your stuff. And we got just, gosh, crazy. Let's see. The CIB F-Zero X, which I feel like this game is it's not like rare or anything, but it's one people like to hang on to. And I definitely never see it complete in box. Like, we don't get a ton of cards of this, but it's a neat one. Let's look through the Dreamcast and see what really exciting stuff stands out. And Power Stone, duh. Soul Calibur, Fur Fighters, Shenmue, and there's, you know, all the good fighting games in here. So we got Samba de Amigo, which there's a big box. I'll pan over to that in a minute. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Typing of the Dead. We got plenty of keyboards to go with that, so that's cool. Grandia, Giga Wing 2, which is exciting. House of the Dead 2. Jet Grind. Perfect to go with our new shirts. Gunbird 2. Bang.io, which that's one that you never see. I mean, gosh, just some good, like, good shoot 'em ups. I feel like his collection is just like Joe and I's stuff combined. And like Knights of the Round is a cool one. Zombie is my favorite. Zoop. Arkanoid on Super is one that, you know, not very expensive, I don't think, but not one we see often. And, you know, and Earthbound with the Blockbuster stickers, which some people are going to love that. Look at that, $34.99. I feel like, you know, it's hit or miss with the Blockbuster stickers. Me personally, I'm into it. Some people, somebody who buys this might take these off. I hope you don't, but, you know. I really want to look at this. We got instructions for Castlevania and Mario World. Look at this Mario RPG. This is another one of those games that, like, anytime I've gotten it complete in box, it's always been kind of beat for some reason. This thing is nice. I feel like all these boxes are nice. Mortal Kombat's not in quite as good a shape, but it's nice. All right, we got some long box PS1s. Better intact, because, you know, these things are always broken, much like the Saturn cases. Got some box turbo graphics, like, so cool. Because TurboGrafx stuff is, you know, it doesn't come in ever, but especially not complete in box. I'm sure Joe's gonna take home a few of these, but you know, we got lots of Bonk here. Bonk fan. If I can pick it up. Galaga 90. Sorry, I'm also just stepping over boxes of stuff too. Like, y'all don't understand. So Paul and I had been emailing and back and forth, and he had sent me a list of everything. Like, he never sent any pictures, but, you know, I had a spreadsheet of everything, and, you know, it seems like a lot less, I guess, when you're looking at it on paper, because I was like, oh yeah, I mean, this is a lot of stuff, but whatever. And then he actually brought it into the store, and Joe was here because I was like, I had to take my kid to the doctor, and I was like, yeah, Joe can handle this. And he was like, yeah, I might need some help going through this stuff, and also he needs his boxes back. So can you come up here? So I did, but yeah, I don't know what I expected. I guess I should know better by now, but I just didn't. Anyway, there's a Bonk 3 CD in here, which. Oh, there's a Time Cruise and what is that? I don't know what this is in here. Legendary Axe 2, neat. Anyway, Bonk 3 CD. This thing is stupid rare. Like, I think this is like an $800 CD. This is, you know, probably going to go to Joe's collection because it's one of the very few that he doesn't have, because it's, I don't know, you just don't ever see him. So that's super neat. That was also, you know, a surprising one for the guy that traded this stuff in. He was like, is that right? Is that how much that is? I'm like, yeah. Yep, it is. But let's see. I mean, Lords of Thunder, if you're into metal and shoot 'em ups, this game is fantastic. Joe's already got this one though, so this one will probably be for sale. Let's see, you know. Yees. I don't know. I've never known how to say this game. It came from the desert. I've never seen that either. I mean, Air Zonk, that's a good one. And then, you know, we can see the labels. More Splatterhouse, Parasol Stars, which is just Rainbow Islands. You know, it's Bubble Bobble. Super, super cute, kind of oddball game. It's great, though. Definitely recommend. Let's see. Devil's Crush, Newtopia, Bloody Wolf. You know, there's some Japanese ones. And then we get to the PS1. Move this out of the way. Let's see. So, Point Blank 2, cool light gun game. There's also a box of light guns somewhere. There's a bunch of gun cons. I mean, just look at this stuff. Time Crisis, Point Blank 3. There's also, they're not in any order, but there's a Namco Museum 1 through 5 in here, which, you know, you always see 1, 2, and 3, but 4 and 5, I don't see ever. But, you know, this is like a really good mix of, I mean, you know, Silent Hill, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Parappa, you know, these are all ones people want, but this is a really good mix of, like, RPGs and shooters and, you know, other kind of stuff. I'm like, God, this feels like my game room a little bit. Although he has much more GameCube stuff than I do. Like, we got Big Box 4 Swords. I mean, this is just all the GameCube stuff that everybody wants all the time. Like, the GameCube case right here. This is it. Ooh, there's an e-reader. And look, I'll show you guys this. So the e-reader cards, you know, I don't know about y'all. I don't ever come across them, really. This guy had, look, these are all Animal Crossing ones. And he kept saying that he had Animal Crossing cards, and I thought he meant amiibo cards. So I was really pleasantly surprised to figure out that they're just stacks and stacks of e-reader cards. There's a, oh, yeah, there's another one. There were some Donkey Kong ones around here somewhere too, but I don't know where that ended up. But yeah, we got box consoles, Dreamcast, Wii, Saturn. I believe he said the Saturn wasn't reading discs. 64, we got a box Samba de Amigo. Some collector's editions, which are pretty cool. Well, Time Crisis is cool. Little Big Planet's cool too. There's a Pip-Boy. A box 3DO, which is, I hardly ever get 3DOs anyway. Definitely not one in the box. Down here, because wait, there's more. There's so much more. Move some of this stuff. This Twin Shock. It's a fight stick for the PlayStation, but it looks like a candy cab. So those of you who don't know what a candy cab is, it's the little tiny, they're usually white, like Japanese arcade games. And, you know, Japanese arcades would have them, I don't know where I'm going with this, but tiny Japanese arcade cabinets. We have one in Rad Bar. It isn't working at the moment, but it normally has Windjammers in it. But this thing is cool, so you can do 2 players at the same time. Feel like you're really in the arcade. Anyway, we got a box PS3, a box PS2, the Retron 5, a little less exciting, a Destiny bag full of other stuff. This is Destiny Nerf gun, which is insane. Like, I've never even seen this before. I'm not a big Destiny fan, so maybe that's why, but this thing's nuts. Back over here, we got, there's also some, you know, Resident Evil 3, Perfect Guide. Got some mouse pads, like little Circuit City purchases, I think. So, you know, when you buy a new computer or really buy anything from Circuit City, you just be getting a mouse pad. There's also a lot of like the full game FAQs, this is an IGN guide for Paper Mario, but there was one in here in this folder somewhere. Let's see. I don't know. He just printed out, you know, online guides. Because back in the day, being on the internet used to cost money, and you couldn't use your phone at the same time. So playing through a whole game was a lot easier to just print it out instead of using up all your internet. But yeah, let's see. Let's get over here. We got a complete in box OG Xbox. We got a complete in box Turbo Duo, which I was not ready for. I knew he had one, but I didn't know that it was in the box. An Xbox One and a 360. Let's see. There's just so much stuff. Because we thought, you know, he wanted his boxes back, so we were trying to kind of panic, like putting everything in other boxes. We got a complete Donkey Konga. There's another Xbox. It's an Xbox One X. There's a Genesis in here. Some light guns. Down at the bottom of this box, there's also a Super Nintendo and a top loader NES. This is some random cords. Oh, this was a cool thing. Xbox One bag. And inside is an Xbox One t-shirt. Introducing Xbox One. It's never worn. Size XL. That'll be for Joe. This box here is mostly full of like Xbox 360 and Xbox One and PS3, like, you know, more modern kind of stuff. It's, you know, less exciting, so it's in that box for now, but there's some NES games too back here. It's crazy because the amount of like just crazy stuff that's on every other console, and then his NES games are pretty like, not that they're not good, they're pretty standard, you know. Nothing crazy in here. There's crazy stuff in every other stack, but this is a good pile. We got Zelda, Mega Man's, Ninja Gaiden, you know, all the stuff that people definitely just, casual players want to buy for sure. So, yeah, I'm going to try and set all this up, try to get a picture of everything at once. We'll see how I'm going to do that. We've got, let's see, 40 minutes until we open. So we're gonna picture all this stuff, and you know, it's gonna take us probably a week to process everything, but we're gonna get it done, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get everything set up. All right, so this is so much stuff. I did the best I could to get it set up for a picture, but it's, you know, it's kind of a lot. Like, look at all this. All these things. I put the light guns down here. This isn't even all of them, but, you know, there's some gun cons and Xbox. This is a first gun con, which is neat. I forgot about this, like, TurboGrafx little fight pad thing. Which is, you know, a turbo tap. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, this Turbo Duo, it needs to be recapped, just before y'all get too excited and want to buy this thing. Another thing I forgot to talk about is this complete in-box Dreamcast broadband adapter. That's super cool. You know, we hardly ever see the broadband adapters anyway, but seeing a complete in-box one is just nuts. I also forgot about a whole box of Game Boy games, so that's cool. Look at all that. I don't know why my camera's doing a weird angle on this, but you know, some good stuff here. A lot of like kind of oddball stuff that I'm like, I don't know what this is. Or not, you know, not that I don't know what it is, but stuff that I don't see. It'd be really cool if my camera would stop being at an angle. Like 1942 on Game Boy Color. Like, I have never seen that before. But it's really cool. So, yeah, this is a chunk of the haul. I'm going to trip over stuff and give you guys one more panning shot of this. Woo! All right, I'll be up here. Me and Toby trying to get all this stuff tested and processed and priced. Like I said, it's probably going to take the better part of a week to get all this done. So we'll be here. I hope you enjoyed what I could show you of this. I'll try to see if I can film more as I'm getting to the bottom of those other boxes, but you know, this is the meat of it. This is probably the stuff you want to see anyway. Alright, so one of my favorite things out of this entire lot, which might be silly, but I'm excited, is that we got the entire Namco museum. And I can spell out the word Namco. And that makes me feel excited. Alright, so it's the end of Saturday. We've made a pretty sizable chunk in the amount of stuff that we were able to get through, but it was really, really busy today, so, you know, we got done what we could. We priced, you know, we got all the PS1 stuff ready to go, pretty much. All this TurboGrafx stuff that Joe still needs to decide what he's taking, because it's probably going to be a lot of it. Sorry, TurboGrafx people. The consoles are still in the same spot that they were in this morning. You know, I can't do much about that. I got some, oh god, I'm about to trip over a box of GameCube games. Yeah, there's some Saturn stuff that I have not tested yet or priced. Yeah, I got through a lot of the Genesis, you know, some GameCube. There's a lot of stuff left to do. But yeah, we kind of, you know, it's an improvement from the mess that was in here this morning. So I'll take it. You know, we'll get the rest of it, well, a big chunk of the rest of it knocked out tomorrow. You know, there's just some stuff over here. But we also, because we were so busy today, we got in a ton of trades as well. It was just really, really busy. But yeah, we just got boxes of stuff over here full of trades. Some cool stuff. I think I'm probably going to wait to get into these. But, you know, here's a preview. Sega bag. Random 3DO flight stick. I've never seen one of these before in my life. Super neat. Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro for when you want to play some Neo Geo games. But yeah, you know, I'll get to this stuff. It might be a separate video. We might film more of it tomorrow. I don't know. I've been here since early and I'm very tired. So make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, comment the coolest thing that you saw out of this video, and, you know, let us know what kind of stuff you want to see. I can't turn left. Press every button, please.